like Pastor said, take the meat off this bone and everything else. But my subject this morning is ain't no stopping us now. It ain't no stopping us now, because now God has said we've been loosed from. He's going to loose. Now some of us have yet to be loosed. Now what I'm telling you now, when he loose you, when you get loose, when you get free, then there's something that you got to do after that. So ain't no stopping us now. So when I said I just felt like I'm unstoppable, because I've come to realize now who I am in God. I don't know all I am in God, but what I do know is that he has called me and he has anointed me. So now I have to understand, because of that call that he has on my life, I cannot allow the enemy to stop me in anything that I'm trying to do. Now you know he's going to do everything that he can to stop you. So what I'm telling him this morning is, ain't no stopping me now. Ain't nothing he can do right now that's going to stop me. Ain't no stopping us now. We on the move. Y'all know that song? I know y'all was thinking about it. I know you was thinking about the song. I know it. Ain't no stopping us now. Now, when I was thinking of the word unleash, when God dropped that in my spirit, unleash means to let loose. Unleash means to set in motion forcefully. Unleash means to release. Unleash means to unlock. Unleash means to unloose. Unleash means to discharge. Unleash means to unchain. Unleash means to vent. Unleash means to unshackle. So all of these things is what God is about to do. God is about to let loose. God is about to set in motion. God is about to release, unlock, unloose, discharge, unchain, and unshackle. So that when you get ready to move, it won't be nothing holding you back. When you get ready to go, it won't be nothing keeping you held bound no longer. God said, I'm about to unloose you on this morning. Ain't no stopping us now. He messed up now, because the devil messed up. Because I was able to find out who I was in Christ. He done messed up now. Who he trying to make me be long time ago, whatever. He messed up, because now I understand that I was handpicked by the Most High God. I was handpicked by him. I was created in his image. So what my Father does, I can do. So that's what God is about to do. Now, before I start dealing with this woman here, let's go over to Matthew right quick. Matthew, I think it's chapter 16. We're going to come back to the woman. Matthew chapter 16. No, Matthew 18, I'm sorry. Matthew chapter 18. Verse number 18. You have to say, I have it. So, it says, verily I say unto you, whatsoever ye shall bind on earth shall be bound in heaven. And whatsoever ye shall loose on earth shall be loosed in heaven. So you mean to tell me God has given us the ability, God has given us the authority, God has given us the power to loose things in this earth realm. verse number 10. And it reads, "And he was teaching in one of the synagogues on the Sabbath. And behold, there was a woman which had a spirit of infirmity 18 years, and was bound together, and could in no wise lift up herself." Okay, do you understand what bound together means? She was bound together. Her body was bent over. She was bound. It was like it almost met. She was bound together. And she could not in no wise lift up herself. Now, I know 18 years dealing with this kind of situation, you probably get up every morning believing that this is the morning that I'm going to be able to lift up. I can just imagine in her mind, she was just still feeling like I should be able to lift myself up. I should be. But being into something and you cannot get yourself out of. 18 years, nobody wants to deal with anything 18 years, let alone 8 days, 8 weeks, 8 months. 18 years, this woman was bent over together. But what amazes me is it says that she was in the synagogue. So that means she was at church. Even though she was going through what it was that she was going through, she was like, ain't that gonna stop me from going to church? I'm gonna take my little big self over, and I'm gonna still go to church. I'm gonna take my little special self, and I'm gonna still go to church. But see, what we have a tendency to do when we're going through things, I'm just gonna keep my little big self at home. That's the first mistake we make. You got to get to the place where the one that's going to be able to heal you going to be. You got to go meet the man that's going to be able to bring you out. Yeah. So she was at the synagogue. And she was bent together. I mean, I started looking up images of this picture. And we can read things and not understand the intensity of it. We have a tendency to look to read the Word of God and not to understand it in the full volume that it is. Now it says that she was bent together. Can you imagine you on your way to church? They didn't have no cars back then. She walked. She walked to church, to the synagogue. Wherever she went, she walked. And when she walked, she carried her infirmity. It was with her. She wasn't able to escape it for 18 years. We don't know how old this woman was. She could have been 28. She could have been 38. She could have been 40, whatever. We don't know. But she took that thing that was on her. She carried that. She went to church. It says, and she couldn't in no wise lift up herself. She didn't have the ability to look up. What we take advantage of, she didn't have the ability when she went outside to enjoy the sunlight on her face. She didn't have the ability to sit down and have a common conversation with somebody and look them in their eyes because of what she was afflicted with. Some of the things that we take advantage of, she was not able to do these things because she was bound together. She couldn't lift herself up. Then it says, but when Jesus saw her, well, let me go back up first of all. We got to understand what it was that had her bowed together. And the Bible says that she had a spirit of infirmity. So that means that it was straight from the pits of hell that had her bent together like that. A spirit of infirmity. And infirmity is physical weakness or ailment. It was sent straight from the devil that had her this way for 18 years. You know, and sometimes when we Sometimes we even have sicknesses and they can't never tell us what it is. I've been to the doctor so many times and they can't tell me what's wrong. Or why this keep happening to me? Could it be that it's a spirit of infirmity? So she had this spirit of infirmity that came straight from the pits of hell. Now, this spirit of infirmity that had her bowed together, this spirit that had her bent over, it affected her walk. This spirit, this thing that she needed to be loose from, it affected her very walk. So what is it that could be affecting our walk? What is it that we're dealing with that's affecting our walk to be who God has called us to be? What is it that's keeping you from walking and being who God said be like that little engine. He looked that little hill in the face and he began to slowly. He was like, I think I can. He said, I think I can. I think I can. I think I can. He just kept on the little engine. You know the little picture on the car showed the little face of the train, and he just chugga. I just think I can. So finally he must have realized he was going up a little bit. He must have